Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Tinnitist TV. You know, keeping a band going for 40 years is hard, but doing some of your greatest work after 40 years? Practically impossible. Unless you're Voivod, of course. They've basically been doing the impossible since day one. On paper, these guys never stood a chance. They came out of nowhere, Quebec. They called themselves Snake, Piggy, Blacky and Away. They were named after a post-apocalyptic vampire lord created by their drummer, who also drew all of their artwork in a style best described as teenage loner notebook fantasy. But despite all of this, Voivod have risen to become one of the most distinctive and innovative bands in rock, thanks to their futuristic fusion of progressive metal, brutal thrash, and high-concept science fiction lyrics. They've survived lineup changes, near breakups, death, and devastating injuries. They've never had a hit single, and only one of their albums has made it to a Billboard chart. But through it all, Voivod have endured, persevered, survived, thrived, and lately they've begun to get their due. Their 2018 album, The Wake, earned them their first Juno Award for Heavy Metal Album, and its follow-up, Synchro Anarchy, their 15th studio effort, has just been released to rave reviews. A few weeks back, singer Snake, aka Denis Bélanger, zoomed in to talk about the making of Synchro Anarchy, where he got that nickname, how the band plans to celebrate its upcoming anniversary, and plenty more. Here's how it went. Well, first of all, sir, thanks for making the time for me today. I truly appreciate it.
Thank you very much for doing this.
Oh, my pleasure, my pleasure. So, do people actually call you Snake, or do you just prefer Denis?
Well, most of the people call me Snake.
Wow. Okay.
After something like over 35 years.
Yeah, I guess you're used to it, right?
Yeah.
Did you guys just make up those names for the band, or did you already have those names?
No, we made it for the band.
Okay.
But it was that kind of period when everybody was like using funny name like Cronus and whatever.
And so why are you Snake? What was snaky about you?
Oh, it's a long story. I used to do improvisation, and I used to do like a theater, and there was a show of improvisation that we were doing at school. And Michelle one night went to the show, and it was like I did a character. It was like a worm, going in the grass and getting caught by someone who wanted to collect worms for fishing.
Huh.
And so I was basically doing a worm. And I had a standing ovation for that thing, and whenever it came out. And later on, when we did the band, Michel said, we should call him Snake, because I saw that thing and he was doing great. And so.
Well, and that's good though, because I mean, you could have been worms all this time.
Yeah, obviously, yeah.
So congratulations. I see that 2022 is the 40th anniversary of Voivod. Does that
actually it's 23 in January 23.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I thought because everywhere says 20 or 2000.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or
yeah,
1982, everywhere says, yeah.
Well, I joined the band. My audition back in the days was January 7, 1983.
So the entire internet is wrong.
Yeah, well, they're close.
Yeah, all right. Still, 39 years. I mean, that must be crazy to comprehend. I mean, I'm guessing you've been in this band longer than anything else you've done with your life or any other relationship you've had in your life.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it's been part of it's always been a long journey with up and downs. Sure. Music in general, it goes up, down. It's like a roller coaster sometimes, but we all manage we lived through different episodes of great stuff and really bad stuff, and
Sure.
losing Piggy and stuff, and we managed to survive. You know, it's just basically rock music is sometimes really related to survive in real life and in the song, and but that's a beautiful thing too. You know, I mean, it's I think being in a band by itself, it's something unusual. It's something you have your own kind of thing, and you move forward with a good spirit of having a good time and share with people and travel the world. And you know, I wouldn't. It's hard to imagine. Sometimes I do things that, oh, if I would have done something else, you know, what would have been my life? Maybe I would have like a really big house and 2 trucks and cars and stuff and vacation every year and stuff like that. But I consider that what I've been doing in this band over the years it's all good things. It's a work of creation. So you put yourself on the scene, into the crowd, and share with people experiences and deliver stuff and like I said, traveling the world, you know, every day or somewhere else in a new city, and it's something uncomparable, you know, and you have so much right here. You know, when we finish tour all the time, it's like my brain is filled with stuff and it's hard to, because you know, you play every day, you travel every day, and then you try to remember what happened, and then it's all mixed up, you know. It's just like you can't recall, oh, was it that night when we were at the restaurant? No, it wasn't Czech Republic. Whatever, it's crazy. And
is it, after all these years though, I mean, and talking about ups and downs, obviously the band's come close to kind of, you know, quitting or falling apart or imploding at various points. I mean, you've gone and come back. What do you think it is that sort of makes everybody keep coming back and makes everybody want to give it another go? Is it the music, or is it the friendships, or are they kind of intertwined?
You know, we are some kind of a particular band, I think, and we have particular fans, and I guess we always, you know, getting new fans that knew, sometimes they didn't know about the band, sometimes they knew a little bit about, they heard the name, blah blah blah, and then they see the show and they'll say, hey, wow, you know, I didn't know you guys were that great, or stuff like that. So it's always a matter of and our fans are really true fans. They will buy everything on the merch. They always try to get what's coming up next, you know, and so they're really devoted fan, and it's something really, really special for us to have people like that.
Well, let's talk about what's coming up next, which is Synchro Anarchy.
Yeah.
Now, from what I understand, obviously, like every other band in the world, you guys had to sort of adjust the way you were doing things because of the pandemic. So you were going back and forth and trading files and doing it that way, right? Now that seems hard enough for any band trying to write songs without being in the room together and bouncing off each other. For you guys, with these songs of yours that are so long and so complex and so intricate, it seems almost impossible. Was it very difficult, more difficult than usual to do it this way? And how did you have to readjust to do it?
Well, first of all, I would say that, you know, compared to the last record, The Wake, we took like something like 3 years to put it together. You know, we had plenty of time. We wanted to do something really polished and, you know.
Right.
But this time around, we were kind of separated by the pandemic for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And we did a few things and, you know, sending files and stuff, but it wasn't really when, it's like, I think it was in June or July that we met at the studio. We could travel. There was no more curfew. There was no more restriction. Well, less restriction. And so we had access to go to the studio together. And then we did a few, despite of the bad years, we did some streaming live shows. And then we were talking about an upcoming tour on March or something like that, and the record company wanted to have something fresh, you know,
sure,
for the upcoming tour, and but that was in March, so by then, you know, we were in June, so we decided, okay, can we make a record in such a short period of time?
And how long was it from start to finish then?
Well, from July to September, end of September, 4 months. And I'm not going to do this again.
Why not, sir? I mean, what was it like? Just long, endless days, or
no? It was. Well, it was, but you know, like Chewy put so much effort. We all did effort, but Chewy was like this, you know, like because it's almost like a, you know, when you work under pressure, you know, if it's physical, well, you go faster, you run faster, but composing music and lyrics, it's your brain. It doesn't go much faster than what it's supposed to. So, so that's the main thing. And we brainstormed, the four of us. Michel did his guide track for drums, composed it at home. He came in the studio. We sat together. We started to jam a few things that we had in bank, and then move like this, and then you know, one melody here. Okay, that could go with that. It was like a kind of a puzzle at the beginning. And then till the last day, we were like completely exhausted because, you know, for me, I was the last in line to go with lyrics and words and arrangement with Chewy, and my brain was about to explode, seriously. But it's like writing lyrics with a gun in your head, you know. It's like,
were they better lyrics because of that though?
It has to be good,
yeah.
You know. Like, well, it gives, certainly the album has another kind of vibe because of that. You can feel the emergency, you know. There's something that on that album that it's really particular for that. And there's the other thing is that we didn't have time to overthink, you know, to sit down and, no, we didn't have time to do that. It was like, come on, execute. And then we didn't have any kind of like a time for sit back and think about it. And so it was like really a delivering process all the time. And, but it came out good. I'm surprised the way it came out.
Oh, it's great, you guys. The thing that always has impressed me about you is you guys are, as musicians, and you too, as a lyricist and as a singer, everything is just so spot on. You know, the technical precision in your music is just astounding. Now, in the studio, obviously, there are a lot of ways you can sort of fudge that. Are you guys, you know, if we listen to one of the songs on this album, are we hearing a complete performance from start to finish? Or are you guys kind of taking, well, we got this bit right and we'll attach it to this other bit and piecing them together like that?
No, pretty much was, because you know, Michel play his track the whole way through. And once we had that,
Yeah.
we managed to build up on it, you know, and sometimes in studio, just we did few arrangement, like, okay, this goes twice, I think maybe, you know, we chop it or stuff like that, but pretty much everything was played. And of course, you know, arrangement and effect and stuff like that, so little things around. But it was not overplayed. I mean, there's no 14 tracks of guitars, 14 layers of vocal either.
No, it's got an energy and a power to it. But I still get the sense you guys must be kind of perfectionists in the studio.
Oh yeah, when we hear something bad, you know, we obviously notice it. And the first one, Chewy has a good year, and he's that guy amazed me all the time. And he really fucking blow my mind all the time. And with the team with Rocky, these two build up stuff that it's way out there, and because for them it's like there's a part of them that it's the fan part of them, right? And it's almost like they're creating what they want to hear as a fan as well. So for me and Michel, well, you know, the veteran, we just look at them and laugh, you know, and it's crazy. But they're really good, talented musicians, and I wish they would get more recognition in the future. Especially Dan as a guitar player, I think he deserves much more attention as a musician and as a guitar player.
Well, I think you guys all deserve so much. You know, I mean, again, as long as you've been around, as much music as you've made, as much good music, it was kind of astounding to me that it took until a couple of years ago for you guys to get a Juno Award.
Yes, well, that's something that it's really I never sit and wait for any kind of recognition. We move forward, right? We don't say, oh, it was nice though to get it, but I mean, there's so much other people that deserve, you know, bands out there that you know that I really like and didn't have the recognition that they deserve, right? But it's just it's nice
to have it, but whatever, right?
Yeah, you keep going, you know. I mean, it's
talking about your lyrics. I mean, you're writing about the same or similar topics, again, things you've come back to a lot over the years: technology and the environment, time and space, war, pain, mental health. These are frequent topics for you. Could you not write a song about cars and girls?
Well, you know, we got our own how do you say
oeuvre?
Yeah, well, yeah. we I think over the years we always been trying to get some kind of a not it's always been like a sort of a word out there for me, you know, because the music is weird, and I build the lyrics on that music, and then I get inspiration first by the music. It's like I close my eyes and then I try to picture myself. I try to picture what that song would be talking about, you know, and try to have a vision or something, you know. It could be like marching soldiers or whatever, you know, like another world, and so and that particular album, Synchro Anarchy, you know, it's obviously there was the pandemic, but I didn't want to talk about a virus or the spread out into the world, and it was much more about the time itself, you know, because I spent a long time on the first year of the pandemic by myself, no girlfriend, no cat, no dog, you know. And it's like, after a while, you talk to yourself because you're gonna go crazy.
I was gonna say that explains a lot of the lyrics right there.
Yeah, and but it seemed like that period of time, the time was like stretching, you know.
Right.
It's like, how many months? You look inside of the mirror. It's like, how many months? You know, it's been how many weeks, how many days, and then either you work from home or you don't work. You know, you don't have a schedule anymore. You know, you can have supper at 11 at night if you want. You know, and so you don't have that routine going. And then the time it kind of is like a mud thing, you know. And the same as when we did the record, it was all condensed, you know. It was all like this, like a rock, you know. And so that it explained a little bit of try to explain a little bit of the concept, but
yeah.
And time is relative to different things that happen. But I think that the pandemic kind of like dissolved all these structures of time and schedules and
anarchy, but yet all synchronized.
Anarchy. We tried to book a tour for the last 2 years and we can't. So always.
You mentioned that you know you have to listen to you listen to the music to get the words. Do you never write lyrics just on your own, or does it always have to be in reaction to the song?
I do write lines when I have like, oh, that's a good flash, you know. I write it down.
Yeah.
But I never sit and try to evoke a poem or something.
Gotcha.
But sometimes I do have little good ideas or flashes, and then I write it down. For me, it's a combination of words that works together well. And but sometimes I use them in songs.
Right.
But basically, it's all in there. You know, I can start working on something, and I'm looking for the way to put it, and then I'll keep on doing things. You know, and it's there. I don't know how it's gonna, but it's there. It's still working. The hamster still
got to sit up there and percolate.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden, I'm sitting in the car driving. Yes, I got it. You know, I know how to do that chorus. I know how to bring that particular piece to somewhere else, and so on. And so, the brain never stopped.
Well, good, because when it does,
you're dead.
So I understand that you guys there's a documentary and a book in the works. What can you tell me about those?
Well, the book itself, Jeff Wagner, it's going to be for the 40th anniversary. I have not much detail about what he's going to talk about and what kind of, how is he going to bring all these things together. Same as for the documentary. I know that Felipe is still working for trying to get people for interviews, but it's complicated. The pandemic, blah, blah, blah. He tried to reach Jason, a few other people for interviews, and so it's on the process. It's doing good, but obviously the pandemic had his impact on them, and so the book's supposed to be delivered next year, and the documentary not before next year. That's for sure.
Oh, okay. So we got a little while to wait yet.
Yeah, a little while to wait.
All right.